Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He makes his second appearance in the cage. Representing Mjolnir MMA, Anton Hrafhildarson. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This is his 5th contest in the cage, representing Breeze MMA, Shyrron Burke. Your referee in charge, Mr. Dan Movaheady.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, cage door set to close on this amateur catch weight at 80 kilograms. Anton Hrafhildarson fighting out of the blue corner. The Mjolnir MMA prospect is in the black and white tatami as he takes on Breeze MMA's Shyrron Burke in the green. And fighting out of the red corner. Again, bit of range advantage for Burke.
Yeah, an experience advantage as well. Obviously, this is his 6th fight now as an amateur, 3-2. They're going up against Hrafhildarson, who's only had the one fight, which was a loss via decision. So the experience is definitely on the side of the Breeze MMA man, but I mean, coming from such a good gym, Mjolnir, Gunnar Nelson, shout out to Julius Bernsdorf in the corner as well. I mean, they always have their fighters well prepped. So,
and I'm guessing there's not a whole lot of various promotions on Iceland.
No.
So this is the only way that they can actually test their prospects.
Yeah, I think it's still illegal actually to compete over there competitively. So yeah, they have to.
So they're always the away fighter, always traveling.
Yeah, always have the joys of coming here to Wolverhampton.
Absolutely. Well, Mjolnir have had a presence here.
Yeah, for a long time now.
A number of events here at Golden Ticket.
Yeah, we've got 2 or 3 others athletes from the gym competing later as well today, so great to have them with us once again.
And we've managed to go a whole minute and 15 seconds without trying to murder the name Hrafhildarson.
I'm going to call him Anton from now on.
He's holding the center of the cage well as the Mjolnir prospect.
Yeah, nice stiff jab there from Burke there. He's working behind that nicely.
Doesn't want to allow himself to get backed up into that cage very often, though. Well, again, I miss which shot did it, but already a nice graze underneath the right eye of Anton.
Yeah, well, nice work there from Anton, though. Put together a 3 or 4 punch combination. It allowed him to
closes the
clip the chin, clip the chin on the 3rd shot, and then close the distance into this clinch, right in front of his coaches there as well.
Trying to get those hands clasped behind the back of Burke. Just changing it up to the, looking for the double now, but that wide base.
Oh, he's going to get the takedown though. Nice work there from Hrafhildarson.
Right in the Mjolnir corner as well. .25 seconds left in the round, and a tight round. So a stamp could really be put on this with a bit of steps over into the mount.
Yeah, does a really good job there, and
a little bit of ground and pound.
Interesting to see if he does let loose in these last 10 seconds.
Well, only a few seconds left, and again, you leave that impression in the judge's eyes at the end of the round. Good hard work, both these young fighters.
Yeah, very close round, very tough round to score there. Got the takedown, worked his way into mount, but didn't really do too much with it. Obviously, we're looking for effective striking or grappling as the primary scoring criteria for the judges, and he didn't really land any shots or look to work any submissions. He was just kind of happy to stay dominant in those positions. Was Hrafhildarson. But yeah, it was a real close. It was a real real close first round, and I mean the damage. I mean, as you said, yes, you can see the marking underneath the right eye of Hrafhildarson. So big shot landing from Burke.
Seconds are cleared. Second round.
Yeah, last instruction there from Tom Breeze was expecting to close the distance, so he's expecting the Mjolnir man to shoot for the takedown.
And
there it is.
There it is.
Didn't take long.
Well, he looked to try and catch that front kick that came from Burke. When that failed, waited for him to overextend, and in he went. Burke doing the right thing, though, trying to elevate that head.
Yeah, I think he's got the hands grasped together there now. Usually that only means one thing, and that's the takedown.
Trying to control the head.
Yeah, he's got to push the head down and get his head higher than Hrafhildarson's to get back to his feet. But Hrafhildarson's doing a really good job of tying up that leg.
And just slowly breaking his man down, taking the risk, he's in no rush. Controlling that, trying to feed it through.
Yeah, it's horrible when you get that arm trapped and you can't defend yourself from the strikes coming back, but at the moment he just hasn't been able to clasp that grip around it.
Now Burke does well again, just to recapture that half guard. Looked for a moment like Hrafhildarson was looking to slip out to side control. But, you know, we've said it a million times, this position was good enough for Randy Couture. Just stuff him up against the cage, lock yourself in the half guard and pound away.
Burke needs to get the underhook on the opposite side to the hip and try to work himself up. But at the moment, Hrafhildarson's staying nice and heavy, and you'd imagine with Gunnar Nelson as your head coach at the gym that your ground game and top control would be your forte, your bread and butter.
Yeah. But, you know, it might not be the most scintillating of performances, but it's getting the job done at the moment for Hrafhildarson. And after that first round, he keeps this up for another 40 seconds, he's going to go back in knowing that it's 1-1. 3 minutes for them both to play. I can't see. Just looking again to control pressures. He's trying to extricate that into the mount again.
Dan Mulverheady just asking for a little more action in that. Forces Hrafhildarson to step straight over into the mount as well. Oh. And now take the back.
Oh, and he
10
took
seconds
the back
left.
Quick.
Under the chin. Can Burke see it out for the last 5 seconds of his second round?
Oh, he does. Yes, he does. But
oh, that was close.
Wow. Surely we're one apiece.
Yeah, you'd certainly think so. And I mean, potentially, is there an argument for Hrafhildarson winning the first round, maybe? But I think it's.
No. I don't think so.
But Burke certainly needs to do something different in this third round, because Hrafhildarson's seen a path of least resistance here, which is get the takedown, get on top, and thus far Burke hasn't been able to. When he's been taken down, he hasn't been able to get back to his feet. So,
again, when it comes to the striking, I still think Burke probably has the edge.
Yeah, definitely. I think Burke looks the sharper with his boxing, especially. But it's just whether he can keep the fight upright.
That's right. Ooh. Straight out to the middle of the cage is Burke this time.
Yeah, very aggressive. Ooh, front foot straight over the middle there.
And if he's making Hrafhildarson back up, less chance of that takedown's coming.
Yeah, he's doing absolutely the right thing here by pressuring his Shyrron Burke.
And mixes the shots up. Body head.
Oh, right hand lands. Big shot lands there for Shyrron Burke. This is going to be beginning of the end.
He's covering it.
And there it is.
Dan overhead, he's seen enough. One shot stuns him. The rest was academic.
Yeah, beautiful right hand landed there, but it was the fact that Burke threw 3 or 4 punches in that combination that allowed the final one, the right hand, to get through. And Hrafhildarson, I don't know whether he's still hurt or whether he's just devastated at the fact that he got finished in this third round, but that right hand was real heavy from Shyrron Burke, who moves on to 4-2.
But as we stated as the round started, he was the reason Hrafhildarson did so well in the second round was he was allowed to push forward. There was no way that Burke was allowing that in the third. Kept him at the edge of those shots, lands that beautiful right, and then a few shots later, and we get the TKO finish.
Yeah, it's beautiful right hand that put him down. Just seeing there on the replay, and it was academic after that, but great work for Burke. Changed it up in the third round, came out aggressively with the striking, and gets his due rewards.
Absolutely, our MC's made his way to the cage. So we'll turn this over to Mr. Jamie Perry. Here he comes, and we will make this result official.
Your winner by TKO ground and pound, 38 seconds into round number 2. Fighting out of the red corner, Shyrron Burke.